It's been a while since I've done like a bookish chat, I guess. Actually, it's been a while since I read a book, but I have some things written down about it in my book here, or a journal, I guess, notebook. It's been a while since I read it, so I felt like some of the questions weren't really applicable. But I wrote down the ones that were. And so I have 5 sort of book club questions. And the book I read was called Rehearsed to Death by Frank Anthony Polito. Hold on. Before I get started, I wanted to show you something I have over here. Look. It's a little cup. I get obsessed with buying cups a lot. Cups and bowls and stuff. But I thought this was really cute. It has a Hello Kitty on it. And it's gonna get warmer soon. So I drink a lot of smoothies. So I thought this would be good to put a smoothie in. And it has candies in it. It tastes really nostalgic. Because when I was a kid, there was a Sanrio store. And it tasted like this. All the candies had that fruit punch flavor. It's kind of distinct. You know, it's only like, it feels like only their candies taste this way. So, yeah. I'm glad I had a bunch of these candies because that store closed down a few years. Well, not a few years, actually. Way back when I was in high school. It closed down. But, yeah, so I was happy to find this because then I have those candies. Just wanted to show that to you because I thought it was cute. Okay, so Rehearsed to Death by Frank Anthony Polito. It's been a while since I read it. So it's like a murder mystery kind of story. It's actually, it turns out this one was actually part 2 in a series of novels, but I didn't notice while I was reading, so that's good, I guess, if you're someone who, like myself, I prefer to read just a single novel. I'm not too into a series anymore, like a trilogy or anything like that. Maybe when I was younger, I really liked those kind, but now, lately, I just want like a single novel. So it works as a standalone, like you don't have to, there's not like additional details that you don't know what's going on unless you've read the first one. So it holds together just fine as its own story. And I really liked it, actually. It was like really cozy, you know, but the dialogue was really witty. It almost reminded me of like, I don't know, I want to say Gilmore Girls, because you know how this show is really cozy, and everyone's like really kind of sarcastic with each other, but it's funny. And so there's these 2 guys. They're a couple, and in their spare time, actually I think their real job, their proper job, is home renovation. So one of them like does the construction type stuff, and the other one like the interior design kind of thing. And their initials are backwards as well. So there's Peter, but his middle name is J, so he's PJ, and then the other one is JP. So, and then I think it's JP. He's also an actor, and PJ is a writer. He likes to write stories as well. That's like his hobby. And in their hometown, they were gonna do one of his plays, and so there was this like director, like this more famous Broadway director who kind of imposed himself on it for some reason, and God, he's an asshole. he's an asshole. And everyone hates him because he's just like bulldozing everyone and kind of a bully, and not a very good guy. And at some point, I mean, his name was Xavier. The director's name is Xavier, and he gets killed somehow on the set in the theater. And Xavier's partner goes to JP and PJ, and he asks them like to help him figure out who did it because he felt suspicious about his death. And so they're asking around, but they're having problems figuring out who did it, because everyone hated him, and it seemed almost like everyone had a reason to want him dead. So yeah, that's basically the gist of the story, without spoiling anything. Okay, so I have 5 questions here. The first one, what was your favorite part of the book? I just wrote that it felt cozy. I mean, because the setting, it was somewhere near Chicago. It's not Chicago, but somewhere in the vicinity, like a small town near there. And at the time it was like late winter, early spring. So like every time a character walks into the scene, they're like putting on a coat or like taking off their scarf or something. And something about that, like visually, looks very cozy to me, or it sounded very cozy. It was always snowing. Yeah, I don't know why. I felt really cozy reading it. And the second one is, which was your favorite character and why? So there's a woman named Vicky. She's like the theater, not director, but like she owns the theater, I think, or is like just in charge of everything that goes on there. But she's like a cute theater auntie. I have like an image when I was reading her of like Emma Thompson, but like, you know, when she was in Harry Potter, so like nothing really matches, and like the really wild curly hair, and like, I don't know, just something about that aesthetic. That's what Vicky looks like. So I was imagining Emma Thompson in Harry Potter. She was just really cute. I don't know. And the third one is, would you recommend this book to someone? What kind of reader would most enjoy this book? Yeah, I'd recommend it. Someone who like shows like Gilmore Girls and Shakespeare and Hathaway. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's a murder mystery kind of show. Their dynamic for Peter and JP is it reminds me a little bit of Shakespeare and Hathaway, except that show they're not romantic partners, but this one they're together. And what was your least favorite part of the book? Xavier, because he was an asshole. God, he was the worst, and he would just harass everybody. And there was this one character who, I mean, I don't know if he actually is like in the closet, you know, but either way, it's not right to harass someone for their sexuality, whether they're single or dating, or if they're gay or not, if they're bi, or no matter what their sexual identity or orientation is. To harass someone over it is like really gross. Yes, Xavier was an asshole. I hated that guy. How does the title tie in with the manuscript? So, Rehearsed to Death, you know, it's set in a play. That's what's going on, is a theater performance, and Xavier is kind of like sort of overworking them, but also just emotionally draining them, and then he dies. So basically that's it. I like to do a fan cast, but I feel like I couldn't really do one because it's been like so long since I read it. The only one I can imagine is Emma Thompson as Vicky. Oh, another thing, the book had a lot of like really good like diversity, you know, because sometimes people will put characters like from different walks of life, but it's for like an agenda. You know, they want to make some kind of political statement through this group of people, and they themselves aren't in a group of people, you know? And so it's like a forced diversity to make a statement, as opposed to just including people to just be themselves. That we're both good and bad. At the same time, we have our positive qualities and more irritating ones. Sometimes we're assholes, and sometimes we're good friends. People are complex, and that different kinds of people would be represented in stories without some sort of agenda behind it. That you could include someone as a person, not for some kind of narrative. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that kind of thing, if you're going to talk about societal issues, it's best done from the people who are experiencing it, as opposed to just being from the outside looking in and imposing your own narrative on someone else's experiences. This one, it's fun. You know what I mean? And people deserve to have fun. From different walks of life, you should be able to be represented in just a cozy murder mystery, I guess. There's no political reason behind it, or, well, I don't want to say political reason, but that usually happens when you're not in that group, you know? Like, people misuse someone else's trauma or misuse someone else's experiences. This isn't a trauma-based story. It's just a murder mystery. So it's fun. You know, I like fun stories. I mean, there's a time to read nonfiction, and then there's a time to read fun stories. And you need a balance of both. But I never like when people misuse other people's experiences. That's what I'm trying to say. And yeah, a lot of different groups of people are included in the story, and they simply exist as people. Yeah, I don't know if that made sense. I hope I didn't express myself badly, because I do that. I express myself badly. I hope I have made sense. But I thought it was good. It was a while, now is it March or April? I think it's April. Yeah, it's April. Ugh. It's already April. But, I mean, I read this back in January, so, but I do remember I enjoyed reading it, and immediately as I was listening, because I get audiobooks from the library, right away I liked it. So, yeah, I guess that's it for now. I'll put a link in the description box, but also in a community post. I'll put links for, I'll try find one on Thrift Books, because it's cheaper there, and on bookshop.org, because they'll support local bookstores and stuff. So yeah. If you want to buy it or read it, or you could do what I did and read it at the library. So yeah, hope it helped you fall asleep a little bit, this video, and thank you for watching my videos and stuff. Yeah.